In the quiet town of Brindlewick, where cobblestone streets twisted like old vines and chimneys puffed smoke into the pale morning sky, lived an old clockmaker named Eldon Harewood. His shop stood at the end of Willow Street, small, dusty, and filled with hundreds of ticking clocks. Some were grand and golden, others tiny and carved from wood, but all of them worked perfectly. Yet the townspeople whispered that Eldon was strange. He knew too much about time, and sometimes it seemed time obeyed him. But no one questioned it, because he was kind, gentle, and fixed every broken thing brought to him. Everyone, except one girl. Her name was Lila Brentwood. Curious, fearless, and always searching for adventure. Lila had grown up listening to stories about the clockmaker. That he never aged. That his clocks could freeze a moment. That he was guarding a secret bigger than the town itself. Lila never believed gossip. Until the night she saw something impossible. The clock that stopped the rain. The sky was rumbling with thunder as Lila ran home from the bakery, holding a loaf of warm bread under her coat. Rain crashed down like a waterfall. She ducked under the awning of Eldon's shop for shelter. Inside the shop window, something glittered. A small silver clock. Delicate, glowing faintly, ticking backward. Lila stared in confusion. As she pressed her face closer to the glass, the storm suddenly stopped. Not slowed. Not faded. Stopped. Raindrops hung frozen in the air like tiny beads of glass. The wind no longer moved. The clouds stopped churning. Lila's breath caught. What is happening? Then the shop door clicked open. Eldon stood in the doorway, his kind blue eyes watching her with a quiet sadness. You saw it, didn't you? Lila nodded slowly. Time shouldn't be touched, he whispered. But sometimes, it needs guidance. He motioned her inside. The shop was crowded with clocks of every shape. Cuckoos, pocket watches, hourglasses, each one ticking at its own rhythm. But at the far back of the shop stood a staircase spiraling downward. Eldon led Lila into his basement workshop. At the center stood an enormous clock made of glowing gears and crystal glass, humming with soft golden light. It wasn't just a clock. It was alive. This, Eldon said softly, is the heart of time. Lila stepped closer, mesmerized. Does it control time? In a way, Eldon replied. It keeps the balance of moments, past, present, and future. Lila reached out but hesitated. It's beautiful. Yes, Eldon said. And dangerous. Then he said something she didn't expect. I need your help, Lila. My help? Why me? Because, Eldon said, looking at her with weary eyes, I am running out of time. You, on the other hand, have time ahead of you. Time that can still grow. You saw the silver clock. That means the heart has chosen you. Chosen me to do what? To fix a fracture in time. Chapter 3. The Fracture. Eldon explained that something, or someone, had damaged the flow of time. Past memories were leaking into the present. Future events were slipping backward. Every moment was blending with another. The silver clock Lila saw was a warning. If the fracture grew, the world would collapse under endless, tangled timelines. You must repair it, Eldon said. With my guidance. Lila swallowed hard. What do I need to do? Eldon handed her the silver clock. It was warm, almost like it had a heartbeat. Follow it, he said. It will take you where time is breaking. The moment Lila touched the clock, the world around her rippled. Light washed over her. The workshop disappeared. Chapter 4. The Lost Moment. Lila found herself standing in the center of Brindlewick, but not the Brindlewick she knew. Everything was brighter. People were younger. Shops she had never seen before lined the street. This is the past, she realized. The silver clock tugged gently in her hand, pulling her toward an alley. Inside, she saw a young boy crying beside a broken pocket watch. Lila kneeled. Are you okay? It's my father's watch, the boy sniffled. It stopped ticking, and then something strange happened. I saw tomorrow. I saw myself older. Lila's eyes widened. A leak from the future. She touched the broken watch. A spark of golden light spread across it, and the silver clock vibrated. The boy gasped. That's it. It's working. The watch began ticking normally. The silver clock glowed bright blue. Time was repaired. Lila felt a pull and was swept into light again. Chapter 5. The Shadow in the Clockworks. She landed in a different version of Brindlewick. The sky was red. Shadows crawled across the ground like living ink. This was the fractured future. At the town square, a tall dark figure stood twisting the gears of a giant broken clock tower. The figure turned around. Its face was hidden, just swirling darkness. "You don't belong here," it hissed. Lila raised her silver clock protectively. "You're the one breaking time." The shadow laughed, a cold, echoing sound. "Time is a prison. I will break every moment until nothing remains." It lunged at her. Lila dodged, gripping the silver clock tightly. She remembered Eldon's words. The heart of time listens to courage. She held the clock to her chest and whispered, "I'm not afraid." The silver clock burst with white light. The shadow shrieked, staggering backward as its form dissolved like smoke in sunlight. The cracks running across the sky healed. The red faded into blue. Time was restored. Lila returned to the clockmaker's basement. Eldon stood waiting, but he looked older, weaker, like years had passed in minutes. "You fixed the fracture," he whispered, smiling softly. The heart of time pulsed warmly behind him. "But why do you look older?" Lila asked. Eldon exhaled. "Because I have guarded time for centuries. And now, my last moment has arrived." Lila's throat tightened. "You can't go." Eldon touched her shoulder gently. "Every clock must eventually stop. But you." He pointed to the silver clock glowing in her hand. "Are the new keeper." The heart of time shined brilliantly. A soft chime echoed. Eldon's body turned to golden dust. He vanished like a warm breeze. Lila stood alone, but not afraid. The heart of time glowed brighter, choosing her completely. She whispered, "I'll protect every moment. I promise." And in the quiet shop, every clock began ticking in perfect harmony.